Good afternoon. This is Andrei Buzov, and now we are trying to check the catalog of StalDom in English. This is our new service for our English-speaking customers. Our agency, stillbuildings.ru, more LMC in Russian, is doing our best for your profitable and prosperous business. Of course, you know there's catalog checking in Russian, our service, which was made by Dmitry Kropivnitsky, and now we try to check this catalog in English. Just now I have a catalog of StalDom. I will say three catalog. This, and this, like that. What I will see? I will see the next words, the problems of translation, and this is the problems of trust. And as far as you know, the trust is main value. This phrase was written on our business cards. Now, I will start from StalDom Ukraine, the catalog from agriculture sector. What we have here? If somebody read it, he will find that it was not translated by a professional, it was made by amateur, or maybe by Google Translator or something like that. More than 15 years, international holding StalDom takes the leading position in the building market implementing unique technology. Is it right? The leading position, are you sure? StalDom, about the application of light gauge steel structures. Light gauge steel structures. This is a term. When we read this catalog longer, you will see that this term was not as stable. It will change from one another. Building made of such kind of materials are belong to quickly erected ones. The main distinguishes of which are the rapidness of erection, quality and affordability. It's not in English, it's something another. StalDom system ideally fits for the mountain building both of residential, industrial and agricultural purposes. What is StalDom system? It's very hard to understand because you don't describe it. Used materials, frame, steel galvanized profiles. What does it mean? Does it mean that it was made, these profiles are made of galvanized steel, or are they galvanized after the roll forming? It's hard to understand. What does it mean? Steel galvanized. Steel or profile? You need to check it. Heat insulation. Cellulose wool, cellulose or basalt wool. Insulation with the help of cellulose improves impermeability more than 38%. It's about submarine or houses, impermeability. Check it. As a result, energy efficiency of cellulose is about 24% higher than mineral wood. Good. The index of noise insulation of external wall 3 times exceed the building norms. What norms? Please refer. If you speak about norms or some rules, please refer it. Facade system, innovation, development, StalDom cassettes. Innovation. Good. Also check it, because for residential or some houses it's maybe good, but for cottages it's not good. Opportunities. Unsupported span is about 25 meters. It's better to write open span or free space or free span. Height of the story is about 8 meters. It is strange, so because for example, in rookie construction, rookie buildings, well known as Spider, it's about 6 meters. When you write about 8 meters, I'm not quite sure that building is made on steel framing. I suppose it is welded construction. Short period of construction. Good. We build at any time of the season. We build at any time of the season. You mean night? Or day? Or morning? Right. All season building. Minimum cost for the foundation. It's not true. It's not quite true, because when you write about foundation, please check that in ordinary condition, in ordinary grounds, it depends mostly on ground, not only building. Why do people choose StalDom? It's very interesting. Rapidness. Really? When you write about rapidness, please mention how many times it takes. Shorten terms of construction regardless of the season. It's very hard to understand. Safety. We give you the project of your construction with all the calculations such as wind and snow loads. It's standard project. What in you? Durability. The high grade of steel galvanizing guarantees none less than 100 years of exploitation. Wow! Give me that source. Give me that source or some link how I can check it. I can't believe it. And your customers too. Energy efficiency. Fixed microclimate retains several times longer. Maybe. Ecologically compatible. The index of safety for man and environment has the highest grade A+. Study of Stephen George, LLP, England, 2010. Good. Mobility. The possibility of fast building the assemble and its assemble at other territory. You ever do it? Did you ever do it? It's not good. The next catalog. StalDom Ukraine. We build the future. It's about residential. It's Russian and English as the previous. StalDom. High technology of alternative, easy to assemble building construction. When you read it in Russian, it's good. But when you read it in English, it's hardly to understand why StalDom is the high technology of alternative, easy to assemble building construction. Justly accepted to be the superior of segment of precut method. Really? You believe it? It's confirmed by the successful European experience. 80% of the houses in Sweden and Finland are built by the pre-cut method. You mean frame building. It's of course from wood, mostly from wood, not from steel. When you write about 80%, please give the source. Please give the link on the source. In the base of this technology lies steel thin walled construction. You check it. Light steel thin walled construction, LSTC. Not light gauge steel framing. Is it right? But LSTC, it's not right. I applied. The distinctive feature of the StalDom technology is the use for the enclosing structure wall sailing thermoprofiles. Thermoprofile is a zinc coating steel section with a through longitudinal notches onto it. So-called cold breach is liquidated. Cold breach is a very technical term, and it's not so very good to understand for English-speaking clients. It's better to use the word thermoblock. The thermoblock is very good to understand. The advantages of technology, it's very interesting. Building ready for moving in 90 days. Construction in any time of season. I have talked about it. Construction on the problem underground. Good. Seismic resistant to 9 bars. And the other company make the same. What is the advantages of StalDom? It's just the advantages of light gauge steel framing technology, not a StalDom. While constructing the foundation, the weight of the ready-made wall is in the several times easier than the brick one, so the light straight foundation is quite acceptable. I have talked about it. It's not right. Without use of lifting equipment. What does it mean? Without use of lifting equipment. If you mean no crane needed, right? No crane. It's very easy to understand. A brigade of 4 or 5 person. Oh, it's just a translation. Right. 2 professionals or team of 2 or 3 professionals will assemble a frame of the house within the area up to 500 square in 2-4 weeks. 2 or 4. It's a big difference. For example, in the United States, some company writes 200 square meters 4-day frame was built. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to check. It's very easy to see. Absolute accuracy of all elements of a building. Excludes expenses of time and materials for the additional financial works of walls leveling. Okay, let it be so. In the process of exploitation, energy saving, several times less energy is used for the heating of the houses built by the technology of StalDom. It's not the technology of StalDom. It's just the technology of light gauge steel framing. Wall panel with thickness of 150 millimeters with a cellulose wool heater or insulation. Heater, that means what you plug in and it makes heat. It's not a heater, it's insulation. Can replace a brick wall with a thickness of 2 meters. Good. There is 10-15% more internal space in comparison with the traditional building. It's very hard to believe. So because when you write in English, you need to understand how the English-speaking people see, how they compare the brick houses and the frame houses. The wood frame, just the same. They understand it quite right. The additional expenses are excluded. You don't have to handle steel frame from the insect. Yes, it's like this. It's not subject to such phenomena as the desiccation and shrinkage. Write it very easy. No shrinkage, no desiccation. It's much more easy to understand. This is a small catalog. And the next, of course, it's great. So because when you read this catalog in comparison with that, you will see that the part of this catalog was made by professional. All these are made of amateurs. Or maybe Google Translator. StalDom, modern technology of alternative housing. It's very hard to understand that is StalDom. In Russian it's easy, in English not. So, StalDom, modern technology of alternative, easy to assemble housing and construction. It's a problem of translation, it's a problem of trust. It's recognized as the best in frame construction segment. Oh, the StalDom is the best. Who say you that? It's not true. Successful European experience, 80% of houses of Sweden and Finland are construction according to a frame technology. Right, to a frame. That means wood. Mostly wood, not a steel. Has been applied for many years in Russia. Having won the lion's share of the Russian market of frame construction, StalDom, the lion's share. Who told you that? Give me the source, give me the facts, give me some investigations, or the name of this investigator. I would like to be acquainted with him. Today StalDom technology is actively introduced in Georgia, Armenia, countries of North Africa. Yeah, we know. It's good, but we have not seen no objects, no houses, no photo. So, no trust. In Ukraine, StalDom company has been operating since 2005. For this rather short period, we constructed a set of objects. How many? What means set? I don't understand. Of both residential and commercial purposes. Among realized projects are numerous cottages, good, and built on penthouses, residential houses, garages, hotels, sports centers, and like that. Oh, airship hangars. What type of plane? Boeing? Or maybe helicopter? Airship? You have right that the unsupported span is about 21 meters. What plane you mean when you write about 21 meters? Please check it. Office rooms, laboratories, malls, etc. The geography of our activity is not limited. From Zakarpattia to Donbass, from Polessia to Crimean coast. StalDom technology allows to build regardless of feature of soil and climatic condition. Advantages, but advantages, right, in Russian, not in English. You will see. Construction on difficult soils. What means difficult soils? What means difficult soils? It's good for Russian, but it's not understandable in English. In any region of Ukraine and CIS countries. Good. Quickly, turnkey building in 90 days. Good. That is good. 90 days, it's understandable. Construction at any time of the year. Reliably. Service lives from 85 years. Why? The previous catalog said to me that it's about 100 years. Strange. No source again. No trust. High resistance to wind loading. Seismic stability of building. 9 points by the Richter scale. Good. Environmental friendly. Compliance with European environmental standards. That's good. Economically. Available cost. Minimum cost of heating. Good. As far as I understand, these pages we described as the technology. That's what good. That's what was good, and it's very good to understand. And as far as I can see, these pages are taken from another catalog and some maybe English-speaking country, English-speaking person translated. Something interesting. A thermoprofile is zinced steel profile. Zinced steel. Galvanized steel. It's better. With a through longitudinal notches cut through in a chessboard order. Strange. Due to this heat isolation property and the expense of increase of effective way of eternal stream, considerable increase, so-called cold bridges, again cold bridges, better thermoblock. In other words, is liquidated. It's very hard to understand. Connection of all bearing and non-bearing elements of structures is carried out by self-drilling screws. Oops! On the previous catalogs he writes that is bolts, not self-screwed. What we have here? We have here the photo. No name, no time, no year, no owner, no builder. Is it yours? I don't quite sure. Good. Commercial buildings. Enclosing structure. The advanced development of StalDom experts. Development is not a good word for it. Maybe creation. Hangars, warehouses. Great length of framework elements used for flooring allows to erect structures fit for arrangement of warehouses, premises, farms, hothouses. It's not quite good. The light gauge steel framing is not quite good for hothouses. Why? For example, because of moisture, because of special climate you need, and etc. Offices. Something about offices. StalDom has express advantages in it. Modern building in very short terms and with minimum expense. Express advantages in it. What do you mean? Also thanks to design features of the technology, expenses related to operation of a building will be most minimum. What is it? Most minimum. Just minimum, not most minimum. It's from Russia because it's translated from Russia in English. The previous pages was good when you write about technology, but when you try to translate from Russian to English, translate the idea, not a text. I suppose it's from Google Translator. Cottages. One of the main better words, of our company is the private construction field. Better to write activity, speciality, something like that, not direction. Direction is how to reach some points on the map. StalDom system unites high indicators of quality, availability and speed. A weighty argument in favor of choice of construction. Do you say this expressed to somebody English speaking? A weighty argument. Strange. Townhouses. In case of construction of low-story apartment houses or townhouses, one of distinctive advantages of StalDom system. Why you write about advantages? If you'd like to say about advantages, say it. Why you every time concern it or refer to it? Some advantages, distinctive advantages, weighty advantages, express advantages. Please list them, your advantages. You have no. Oh, it's a problem. StalDom system is high sound insulation. It's too technical term. Sound insulation of walls and inter-story floorings that certainly raises comfort level. Rises comfort. Dot. That's quite right. And the reasonable cost of 1 square meter of ready building is rather attractive for investment. It's attractive for investors, not investment, because money don't know nothing. Investors who has money. That's the point of choice. Superstructures. Oh, a very interesting building. It's some architectural building in some Crimea, I suppose. But you write that this is a standard project Alpica. What does it mean? This is a standard project? Very good, if it is right. And it is not picture, it's real object. In Ukraine, tourist centers are frequently located in mountain regions, such as Crimean Peninsula, Carpathy Ridge, characterized by high seismic activity. And where does it locate? No refers, no place, no time, no years, no name builders, no owner. You suppose me to believe it? Seismic stability of buildings constructed in accordance with StalDom system, again StalDom system, makes 9 balls. Lightness of structures allowed to build at a cost and on the difficult soils. What are difficult soils in the mountains? Speed of erection of structures and all-season nature of insulation works has many advantages, again advantages, as the owner can perform works during a season of low demand for any soils. Is it your building? I am not quite sure. For example, when you'll see the columns on the first floor. These columns may be from concrete or steel tubes, not large-scale steel framing. If it is possible for your technology to connect welded construction with light gauge steel framing, it's good. Please write it. Please give us this example. It's very good. What about heater? Small kid lying in cellulose. It's not a good picture. Do you put your baby in cellulose wood? I will not. Something about borax and boric acids. Thanks to existence of antiseptic, cellulose wood reliable prevents emergence of fungi, mold, insects, rodents. A lot of expertise, a lot of temperatures. Okay, it's not, but I'm quite sure that this is a heater. It's maybe insulation. It's not a heater. When you read it, you will see the mistake. Facades. Yeah, a lot of choice of facades. Decorative bark, bitter, plaster, scan rock, facade profile, block houses, facing bricks, composite panels. Good. Roofing materials, of course metal tile, of course roofing profile sheeting, bitumen tile, composite tile. Good, very good. And now what we have here, mini plant for manufacturing frame system from light thin wall structures for construction of low-story building in accordance with StalDom technology. Once again, StalDom technology. We cannot find what does it mean, StalDom technology. Now we see you are selling the equipment. You are selling the equipment. And know the words franchise. Why? Why don't write it? Oh, franchise. Is it here? StalDom Ukraine offers you a full complex of equipment, training, information, and technology support, technological support for promotion of StalDom technologies in your region. For more detailed information, contact the representative of our company. And where is the representative? I can't find the contacts. Oh, we have two phones number. No address. We have only website and no address. You suppose that somebody who wants to spend money for your equipment will call you and give you money when you just have no office, when you just have no references, when you just reference list, when you just have no the reference list of your object. I will say the problems of translation, the problems of trust. Thank you very much. It was Andrei Bezov from stillbuildings.ru Moralms in Russia. Today we check the catalog of StalDom in English for our English-speaking countries, for our English-speaking customers. Thank you very much for your interest to our steel construction market. We'll see you next time. Bye.